What's up, pretty gang? It's your favorite nail tech Peaches back with another video, and today what you guys are going to be watching is me doing this nice freestyle. But what y'all are going to be listening to me saying is a story time. This is a throwback story time when I used to work in a nail shop and we used to have to take anyone and everyone. Okay, so before we get into it, description has all my Amazon storefronts, my coupon codes. Follow me on social media. I'm in Sacramento, California, for anyone nearby who wants to book me. And of course, subscribe with the notifications on, because you don't want to miss what's coming. So before we get started, we got Young Nails on the liquid, Young Nails on the core clear, and for not polish, we got second nude as the nude, and we got white as the white. My brush is a size 20, and that's it, and that's all. I do have these duct tips linked in my Amazon storefront, so for y'all who are interested in that, that's where you can go ahead and purchase them. Actually, I believe it's an Amazon Prime weekend or something like that, where Amazon Prime Day is coming up, is what I keep hearing. So listen, y'all better go look and see if they're on sale. Okay, this story is very old. Now, I have been working doing nails for about 4.5 years now. When I first started, I was in a nail shop. I graduated in 2019 is when I got licensed, and I started working in a nail shop immediately that summer. Now, this particular client, you guys, I don't know her name, I don't know her information. Okay, all I could tell you is the area that I was working in, it's not the greatest area. Okay, it share a parking lot with the liquor store, and the train tracks is damn across the street. Okay, so this particular phase of my life, I had pretty much no clients. I would just really be sitting there all day long, maybe have a couple people a month, and walk-ins was obviously why I was waiting there, because I needed somebody to walk in. So at this particular time, I had been sitting at the shop. I ended up going to the mall with my boyfriend, and I got a call from the girl who, shop it was or whatever. She was like, hey, so-and-so just came in, she wants to get her nails done, can you come back at this time? I said, okay, that sounds fine. She's like, yeah, she left $25 here and she wants just a plain color full set. I said, okay. Now back then I was charging like $20-$30 for nails in 2019, honestly even in 2020, and a little bit in 2021. So I'm like, cool. I go at this designated time, the lady don't show up, so I'm like, okay, I'm going back to the mall. Mind you, that particular day I had a what do they call that, like a service swap. So the girl already did my lashes, so that was the day I was going to do her nails at around, I don't know, let's say 5, or no, maybe, I don't know, whatever, 4 or 5. So at that time comes, I go over there and I'm doing her nails. It was like a freestyle, we're almost done. Here come a lady in the shop, she is dressed, t-shirt, shorts, she carrying a bicycle into the shop, and she kind of just looking around, talking to herself. And I'm like, oh, can I help you, what's up, whatever, because I was the only one there. So she was like, oh yeah, I dropped money off earlier, I came to get my nails done. I was like, okay, no problem, I'm almost done with her, I could take you next. Boom. So I'm continuing with my client. The lady comes up to my station and starts trying to pick up the tools that I'm using on the girl, the cuticle pusher and stuff. She's like, I said, hold on a second, please, Miss Mamas, you cannot touch this stuff. I'm actively working on a client. She's like, oh, well, I can get my nails started for you. You want me to just go ahead and, start using that thing right there to get rid of my skin? I'm like, no, thank you. Like, these is my tools. Can you please just go have a seat? She's like, oh, okay. Well, I'm just letting you know, if you wanted to go quicker, I can go ahead and start my nails for you. I'm like, no, it's all right. Thank you, but have a seat. So my current client, she looking like, girl, what the hell? I'm like, girl, what the hell? Like, yeah. So I get done with her. Time to take the lady with the bicycle. So I'm like, okay, boo, I can take you now. Boom. So, I'm like, how are you? This, that, and the other. Mind you, listen, I don't judge people or anything like that. But working in a nail shop, definitely you get some interesting people in there. When I was doing nails in school, people would come up to the school. Just interesting people overall. This particular person, her lipstick was like smeared all over her face, and I was just like, okay, hey, I guess that's just what you wanted it to be. So I look at her hands. All of her fingers are literally like, they look like thumbs, and one finger don't even have no nail on it, damn near at all. So I'm putting tips on. Every finger is damn near a size 1 tip, and these is like classic tips, and those fit generously. Okay, so I skipped the one finger with no nail. She's like, oh, why you not? I said, baby, I can't do nothing with that. When I tell you that nail was so short, like there's no way I could put a tip on it because like there's damn near nothing here. She's like, oh well, I do it all the time at home. Like you could put one on there. I'm like, I'm telling you, it's not gonna last. It's not even gonna glue down. And she's like, oh, okay, maybe that's why my nails don't last when I do them at home. I'm like, probably so, because not only is your nail wide, but there's literally not enough of it to sustain anything, you know. She's like, okay, boom. So at this point, I pretty much cut them as short as possible, but the way the skin under her fingers, not her hyponychium, her actual fingers was bulbous. So when I went to go cut the tip, she's like, woo, you almost got me. And I'm looking like, okay, I'm sorry, but like her actual fingers was so bulbous like underneath that I was like, okay, well, we've cut them as short as we can, like that's good. So at this point, she kind of just nodding off, singing the music on, nodding off, eyes closed, head bobbling, whatever. So I'm like, okay. When I tell you this was probably like one of the fastest sets I ever did in my life. I mean, she asked for this natural pink. I say, yep, good enough for me. I just start slapping it on. It's because at this point, she started expressing to me that she lived around the way in somebody's laundry room. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, I live over there on Oakmont in someone's laundry. I'm like, okay, I don't know how that works, but you know, that's nice. She like, yeah, people keep telling me that I need to get tested. And I'm just like, tested for what? She's like, well, they're saying that my baby daddy is out there, you know, doing it with men, and that he cots HI to the V, okay? And I'm like, ooh, well, then you probably should get tested. Mind you, I'm fresh out of school, so me in my head now, I'm like, well, I hope I need to not be cutting her. And back in that time when you're new, you know you be cutting people, because I'm like, well, now she just told me that her baby daddy might got the H to the I to the V. If I cut her, I said, wow, okay, thanks for letting me know that now. So I'm like, okay, well, yeah, you should probably go get tested. She's like, well, I don't know why. She's like, you know what? Me and my 1-year-old baby gonna be okay. I'm looking like, excuse me? I'm like, you don't want to get tested? She's like, no, I lived a full life. Like, I think I'm good. Now, at this point, I'm starting to get appalled because I have never heard anybody talk about like that type of medical issue as like, I'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to STDs and stuff. Like, no, baby, you need to get checked up on. So at that point, I'm like, okay. So then she proceeded to tell me how he tricked her into being trapped in the garage for 3 days, and she felt like she heard him in there with another man, and this, that, and the other. And when he let her out of the garage, then she opened the front door, and it was a naked lady standing outside in bras and panties. And then I'm like, this is really a lot, you know? Like, I'm still a new tech. I'm already nervous to see if the nails are even going to, can I even get the nails on there, and can I find a way to take less than 3 hours to do nails? That's why I say, when I tell you this was the fastest set ever, you guys, because at this point I'm like, I don't know how much more of her business that she can freaking tell me, but I don't know why she's so nonchalant. So I was like, well, then you probably should go get tested. Like, this don't sound. She's like, oh, you know, I don't know why everybody's saying he's out there cheating on me and doing X, Y, and Z. And I was just like, okay. And she's like, yeah, you know, I did used to do drugs and everything like that, but you know, not no more. I'm out of that stuff. And then she started nodding in and out and singing the songs again. And in my head, I'm just like, I have no idea what this lady is about to say next. Mind you, she only gave about what, $20-$25 when she came earlier. So I'm the last one there. So there's not any money, additional money. And at that time, I want to say I was doing $30 full set. So in my head, I'm like, she's already $5 short. Now she telling me all this weird stories, and then she need to get help, and she not even listening to my advice. And then she gonna ask me, when I tell y'all, I really literally probably did that set, knocked it out in like literally 45 minutes, and was like, okay, you could go, because like, I guess you already gave $20. She's like, oh, can we add some glitter and some bling? And I said, no, ma'am, absolutely not. I said, look, I'm gonna keep it honest with you. You only paid about $20 to $25. you're not giving up no more money, you're not getting nothing else, so I'm sorry, you're gonna have to stay with this color, you know. She's like, oh, all right, that's okay, I understand. And you know, she just hopped up on her bike and freaking left. When I tell you, I was looking around the shop like, I can't believe some random person just told me that. And you know what's so crazy is so many people tell me so many things on their first appointment like that now I don't be surprised no, yes I do. I lied. Yes I do, because the stuff people be telling me, you guys, is stuff that I'm just like, I have never even heard of no shit like this before, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, honestly, it was probably still one of the crazier stories till this day, because I'm like, I could not figure it out, like what was going on. I hope the lady okay, I don't know. But you know what's so crazy? Working in that shop, it showed me a lot of things, and that's why I am the way I am. That's why I don't turn people down. That's because there was a point in time I was not able to turn people down, or I wasn't making no money at all. And you know, although I personally wouldn't work in a shop again unless I really needed to, or you know, for whatever circumstances. But a lot of people who are like home techs or got to start during COVID, y'all missed a lot of like knowing how the world works, as far as like being in other environments and not having complete control. It's crazy stuff out there. But I would not change any of my shop experiences for the world, because it taught me a lot about how I run my business now, and how I do nails now, and just how to interact with people, you know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys enjoyed that story time. I know it was pretty quick and maybe a little bit disheveled, but you know, a lot of you guys like the story time, so I have way more coming for you. Hopefully you enjoyed watching me do this set. I really love this set, and of course I'll see you guys in the next one.